Okay, so if everyone's ready, we'll get started here. So I just found out yesterday I was going to be presenting this information. So I did start channeling some messages from Archangel Uriel, who I've been working with for a long time. He's the Archangel of Wisdom, and he has kind of a purple aura, beautiful purple light, very connected in with the Saint Germain energies as well. So he wanted to help come in and explain the origin of your soul. Where'd you come from? Why are we here? How do we arrive here? So I did type up a message. I am a trance medium, so I channel best when I'm in a trance state. So I have the gift of automatic writing as well. So I will go into a trance state and I will start to type information and messages down. So it may seem like I'm reading this, but I typed this last night and early this morning. So I haven't memorized it yet. So anyway, I'm going to be kind of looking at my notes as I speak. So I do apologize for that. But this is from Archangel Uriel. He's explaining about how there's a separation from your human self and your soul. It's a perceived separation. It's the veil. And the veil exists for a reason, to help us with our growth. If we remembered everything that we know when we come into our life, we wouldn't have the growth that we have. A huge part of our journey as souls and our growth is that discovering, kind of coming back, remembering who we are as a soul is a huge part of our journey, and working through the chaos of the earth and all the different energies, experiences, people that are here. And being on earth is a really powerful experience, because this is one of the only places in God's universe where all vibrational levels are welcome in the same place at the same time. So when we're in the spiritual planes, our soul's in the spiritual plane, we vibrate at a specific frequency. And so we attract we attract other beings and experiences that are just like us to be in our space. So it's very limited. Our experiences in the spiritual plane are much more limited than they are here on earth, because here we can be surrounded by all different kinds of people. The diversity of earth is so special, and it's what helps us to learn. It's what helps us to grow. When we are around people or experiences that we don't agree with, it causes us to have to stretch and grow and understand others, which helps us to understand ourselves even more as well. So today is about bridging the gap between your human self, which has been created from a combination of your experiences, whether in this life and also previous lives as well, and the origin of your soul. Your soul came from love, was created from love. Everyone's soul was created out of love. There's a blinding, bright white light. It's so bright you can't even look at it. And it penetrates through the skin. It penetrates everything, and we're all inside of this bright white light already. We just don't perceive it. It's like how the earth is spinning, but we don't feel it. It's like that. It's so bright we're all inside of it. Every single person, the earth itself is inside of this beautiful, blinding, white, pure light of creation. It's also love. So the origin of your human self are the experiences of your soul's journey, and also your journey here in this life. So your story did not begin at your birth. It began long, long before. You came from a place. You came from a place where pain does not exist. You came from a place where only love exists. Some people remember this place. Do you remember? Some children can remember. My daughter remembered when she was little and she was a toddler, and she used to say, "Mommy, I remember living inside of God." She used to say that she lived inside of God, which is this white light we call God. I remember living inside of God. I remember picking my curly hair. I remember picking my blue eyes for when I came to be a human. I remember choosing my face. And so my daughter remembers, or she did when she was young. I'm not sure if she does anymore now. She's a teenager. So a lot of that has been kind of distracted away through her life. But she used to talk to me and tell me stories about living inside of God before she came to this earth. So it's really special. Kids can remember living inside of God, which is inside of this beautiful white light, and we're already here. You're already there. So when you start to remember who you are as a soul, You will start to access some of those memories from your soul. And you start that just by believing that you are a part of something greater than yourself. Imagine a light so bright you can't even look at it. And when you enter it, you are instantly healed by the most powerful unconditional love that you can imagine. It penetrates through any darkness, any heaviness, and just pure light and love. That is your home. That is where your soul lives. And your soul is still living there inside of what people call source, God source. I call it the universal soul, which stands for the universal source of unconditional love, SOUL, so short for source of unconditional love, because it's really just, it's love. We worship love. We come from love and we return back into that love, and it encompasses all of creation, all of creation. We're inside of it right now. We just don't remember. So the origin of your soul is love, and all souls were created from the same source of unconditional love. Existence itself is love. Life is love. Being alive is an act of love. So after the creation of the souls were created. I saw some really cool images earlier on in my journey when I was first awakening about this bright light like exploding into creating billions of souls, like fragments of little light beams of light just flowing out of this big source. Like I feel like it had so much love for itself and just for being created that it exploded. And so that could be also maybe images of the Big Bang kind of in there, some imagery. But I had a really cool experience years ago where I was taken on a journey and I was able to see this light, how it exploded and created trillions and millions and billions of souls. And each little speck of light, little spark of light, was independent of the source. So it was able to expel these fragments of light, these little fractals of light, which became us, became each individual soul. So after the creation of the soul, after this happened, the soul begins to create experiences to become independent of the source which created it. So you want to be independent. You think for yourself. You have free will. You have love. You are made of love. So you begin to have experiences. So you begin to set yourself apart. So you can see yourself more clearly and become an independent expression of life. So as we enter our independence from God, or perceived independence from God, we're always connected. There are different levels of consciousness that we go through of the soul. So when we come to earth, there's a level where we come to a place where God doesn't exist. We completely forget that God exists, and, God doesn't exist, only I exist, and that consciousness is here on earth. There's so many different levels of awareness of God here on earth, which is really fascinating. And they're really here to teach us and show us different ways of believing and thinking and existing. So, there's some consciousnesses where there's nothing outside of this human experience. Life is just a string of random events and coincidences. Nothing has been planned, nothing. So that's one level of awareness. The next level is, there's God, and God has a name. I call God Jesus, or I call God Ganesha, or I call God Yeshua, or Buddha, or Mother Mary, or Mother God, or Yahweh, or Heavenly Father, or on and on and on. So, and then it comes to a point where we name God and we say, okay, that is our higher power. And we call upon that outside of ourselves for help, so that we are a part of something, but that we are not the source itself. So you call upon these names in order to enhance your soul's power and bring that comfort into your life. And that's also correct. There's no right or wrong way to believe. It's just different levels of awareness of who you are in relationship to God, to your creator. So another level of consciousness is you believe God has a plan for you. You are living your life according to God's will. Everything is God's will. He's all powerful over you, and you have no control to change anything. So that is another level of awareness, another belief system as well. And then it goes up to the level of creation, where I am one with God and we work together to experience life. And God and I are partnered. We're partners in life together. We co-create That's another level of awareness as well. And then the next level is I am God. I have the same power of God. I can create my own reality and experience my life as I wish. So it's like there's different levels of awareness of your relationship to God. So all of these beliefs are correct depending on your awareness of yourself in relation to God. So your perspective and cultural and religious beliefs will play a huge role in where you are in the level of consciousness scale. So, and there's no right or wrong. Everyone's on their own journey, and your soul is created and going on this journey of understanding who you are in relation to the creator itself. So your soul decided to come to earth, came and chose your mother. Everyone chooses their mother. So you came into your mother's womb as a baby. You're warm and loved. When we're in our heavenly realm inside source, we're all connected and warm. All of our needs are met. We've never experienced lack or shame or anything other than love and feeling completely supported. So we come from that space. That's where we come from. Originally, we come here and then we decide to come to earth and we go into our mother's womb, which is very warm and loving. And, then we enter the world and we meet our parents and we still expect every need to be met. All of our needs to be met as a baby. So we cry when we're hungry and we're cold. We need our mother and father to love us and care for us as God did. We expect that. And that doesn't always happen. So, when that doesn't happen as a baby, it can create fear, anxiety, pain, suffering. It creates the human state of being. It starts creating you as a human, emotionally responding, based on many things, including the DNA of your soul, which is the experiences that your soul has had before this life. So all the different lifetimes you may have experienced different things. And so you come into the world bringing that with you. And when your basic needs are not met, you begin to feel not loved or not deserving of love, even though this is not the case. You are always loved. When you're loved at birth, you have less trauma. You're more comforted, and then eventually you learn how to comfort yourself, learn how to cope. And this is kind of how different personalities come to be as well through different experiences. So we're the sum of our reactions to a multitude of experiences and responses, both emotional, mental, and physical. So it's really interesting. And then we have our human mind, which helps us to process everything that we're experiencing. So our human mind was originally created as a program to repeat whatever we hear, say, or do, or think. Repeat, 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 repeat. So most of us live on repeat so that we never forget what we've learned. That's why our brain repeats. And this is great. But the issue is that traumas have a way, and healthy experiences have a way of sticking with us long after the trauma is over. So after the trauma is over, we don't need to keep thinking about it. It's really a survival skill for our human self and a part of our evolution. So we don't make the same mistake twice. We don't have the same experience twice to protect ourselves from that. But in a way, it was a design flaw because we get trapped in our memories and are no longer able to access the perfection of our soul. Our memories are standing in the way, our human memories. Through our experiences, we're meant to gain the gifts of knowledge, wisdom, new skills, a new perspective. Our soul's gifts that come innately to us combined with our wisdom create our evolution. We evolve through that. Your souls has many gifts. Your innate gifts are the parts of you that are so strong, they come through naturally without you even needing to try. So it could be something from a past life. Like for me, I'm a really good cook, not to toot my own horn, but I can cook anything. And I came here knowing how to cook. And it's like part of my DNA. And some people can sing and dance and all kinds of, there's just thousands and millions of gifts out there that people have and that just come from their soul. And so those gifts, along with your human experiences, they kind of create who you are and how you are able to experience life. So, obviously our families and loved ones also have a great deal of influence over who we become as well. They can give us our greatest love and our greatest challenges too. So once you've gone through life, you complete your life's journey and you can leave all of this behind you. Your life experiences and your human identity, you're left with your soul's truest essence, which is love, loved, which is being loved at all times. So once you leave, your life is done. You go back into the source of unconditional love. You go back into the light, and you are healed, and you are able to review your life and understand why everything needed to be the way that it was so that you can become who you were meant to be. So once you reach beyond your human understanding and into your soul, you connect with creation itself and then to the universal source of love. But you don't need to wait until your death to do this. You can do this while you're still alive. You can connect to this energy. It's available to everyone. And it comes to you during your silent times, when your mind is very silent, when you don't have your own voice yelling in your mind, you are able to hear the voice of your soul. And when you can do that, you move from being an expression of the memories you have on earth that have been imprinted onto your mind. So you're an expression of your memories that you've had on earth. It's been imprinted on your mind into an expression of the purest love, which is self-love. Our current lives will carry imprints from our past that needed healing and recognition of the healing that is taking place. So once we recognize the healing is taking place, we're able to move our level of awareness into a new level, saying, okay, now I've been able to overcome that. I've been able to heal from that. I am stronger now, and I'm not going to make the same mistake again. I'm not going to experience that again. That helps to break the pattern, the repetitive pattern, which I see a lot. People have the same experiences or similar experiences over and over again. We have to accept that this has happened to us. From earlier with Anne, forgiveness is so powerful. Forgiving yourself, forgiving all the situations and the people involved is so freeing, really, truly freeing. So when we're in our body, the reason why it's so hard, life is so hard. It is not easy. It is not easy for anyone. No one comes here and has a picnic, just like, oh, yay, let's go. You have to survive here. You have to provide for yourself. You have to provide food. You have to provide shelter and water for yourself, or you will not survive. So our bodies are fragile. So anyway, but when we're in our body, and because of that, because we can feel things also so deeply, because when you're inside the source, you're just like, oh, happy, everything's good, and it's joyful, and you only feel love. You know you're loved no matter what you do. You know that you're always going to be loved. It doesn't matter. It's not about the things that you do. It's about who you are. It's just the fact that you exist means that you're loved. Like, you wouldn't exist if you weren't not loved. So, so when you're in the body, when you're having a lifetime and you're in the body, it's a much more powerful time to heal than after your body dies. So this is you all are alive. You are here in your body and you're excited. You're here to learn and live, love, and you're in your body. You have a great opportunity while you're still in your body to heal these things, before this part of your journey is over. So it's like, the moment you're born into the womb, you come into your mother's womb, you begin that process of healing the parts of you that are disconnected from God's love. So you start healing those little parts that are disconnected from love. And so, because if you leave this world with anger in your heart, your mind, or body, you'll receive a break from these feelings. When you pass through the light, you'll go back into the bright light and be like, yay, I'm free. I did it. I survived my life. I did it. I made it. I'm still alive. And you can be reunited with your soul, the part of you that always stays in that beautiful state of love for you. You're reunited and you're connected back to love source. In between each lifetime, you get a little break. You get a break from your soul's growth because you need that time. You also wait for your other loved ones to come and join you when they're finished with their life journey as well. So, but if you do end your life and you have a lot of anger or pain or fear, anything like that, your soul is very ambitious. Your soul is going to want to come back and finish the job and finish healing whatever emotions or experiences were created during this life, and also from past lifetimes as well. So, you will need to come back in your body to continue healing your anger or fear. So that's why it's beautiful that the earth, that's what everyone says, like, the earth is shifting frequency. The earth is moving into the 5D, into the 6D. What does that mean? It means that we want to come back. We want to complete our healing cycle as humanity, as a collective, healing pain, healing anger, healing fear while we're here so that we can come back into new lifetimes. Our kids don't need to come back and have to re-heal and experience repeat everything that we've already done and continue that. It's basically a completion of a cycle. So we want to heal our anger before our life is over. So that way you don't have to come back with anger again. You can come back with peace in your heart. You can go to a higher vibrational earth. You can continue your soul's journey in the spiritual plane, maybe not even need to come back to earth again, into this beautiful boot camp that has been created for us. And it's so beautiful. I mean, God does love us. Look how beautiful earth is with the waterfalls and the oceans, the mountains and deserts. I mean, it is just a beautiful place to be able to come. What a blessing. So anyway, we want to be able to come back. So, because your next life will be structured with many opportunities to heal again. So you're going to continue, repeating that cycle until you release it from yourself through self-love. Love is the only eternal energy that exists. Like all the other emotions are temporary. Love is eternal. It can always be accessed no matter where you are. And then, so when you realize that love is eternal and that when you have, conflicts in your life or people, that have hurt you, when you really think about it, at the end of the day, especially with your family, there's really only love between you. There might be, anger, or even hatred or fear, or whatever, all this other yucky stuff, but there's also love. That's the most powerful force. And it's the only eternal force is love. So you are going to be an eternal body of love. You are here to give love a body. And the sooner you're able to do that, the sooner you can stop your cycle and you can just find peace and you can have a peaceful, nice, the rest of your life can be so peaceful and healing and loving, and you can feel good about yourself. Because most emotions that you have in your body kind of have to do more about how you feel about yourself than really how you feel about others. So when you change your opinion of yourself, you change how you see yourself. God doesn't change his opinion of you. It doesn't change. He continues to love you and deems you worthy of grace and love simply because he created you from himself. So you don't need to worry about God not loving you or not being forgiven by God or how God sees you. You need to focus on how you see yourself through his eyes, because for him not to love you would be the same as him not loving himself, because he is a part of you, this light, this eternal existence. God's love lives within you and can never be removed from you. So if God loves you, why not love yourself too? So today is about stopping the repetitive negative cycle of your human life so you can begin to heal and move along the path of your soul's evolution and start to evolve. So when you're repeating a thought or an action over, and pay attention to repetition in your life. So when you repeat a thought or an action again and again, pay attention to that. Is it simply a routine? Like, you get up in the morning, you drink your coffee, you have a routine. That's one thing. Or is it a distraction are these repetitions distracting you from moving forward? Is it a coping mechanism? So it's good to break and disrupt those cycles that we get onto in patterns. Human creation is very much about patterns and repetition. It's like we have to repeat things to really get it in. At some point, it's like, okay, I got it. I don't need to think about this anymore. I'm done. I'm moving forward so I can have another thought. So today's about really shifting from being an expression of your life's memories to an expression of divine love. Self-love is divine love. It comes from your soul. So it's a good thing to feel good about yourself. It drives your energy forward. When we feel bad about ourselves, it makes us feel stuck, hopeless, depressed. But when we love ourselves, it gives us hope that we can do anything that we came here to do, that we can persevere over our challenges. When you love yourself, you can do anything that you set your mind to. Yes, you can. You're giving yourself permission to receive love from the universe. When you love yourself, you're giving yourself permission to say, I can receive love because I love myself and I'm in that frequency. And you do not need to be perfect in order to be loved. You are loved exactly as you are right now. So love yourself exactly how you are right now. And that act in itself will create the energy that you need to change your life. You have a soul that is pure love. You can feel it in moments of love. You can feel your soul as separate from your body. And you start identifying when your soul is speaking to you. You can feel like when you hear a love song, like sometimes at church, and you're praising God and singing those songs and you feel those tingles, those beautiful love tingles flowing over you. That's your soul saying, yes, I feel it. I feel love. That's your soul resonating with you. So there are so many different opportunities throughout the day when you can connect with your soul and see that as an expression of you in your body. Your soul is in your body. It's bigger than your body and expands outwards around you. And it's beautiful. So like when you think of someone that you love and you feel those tingles, those love tingles in your heart, that's your soul talking to you. Your soul is saying, yes, I'm here. I feel love. And your soul is going to respond to love. It always responds to love. That's what your soul responds to. So when you feel something and you hear something yucky or negative, your soul's not going to respond. It's not going to connect to that. It's only going to connect to high vibrational experiences, feelings, and thoughts. So keep yourself in that pure state. And that's when you're going to experience the love of your soul coming into your daily life. The love you're capable of feeling is coming from your divine soul. So you can feel the love moving in your body. You can feel it moving through you. You can feel it in your eyes and you're seeing something beautiful. You can feel it in your heart. Sometimes you feel it in your hands, when you hug someone, you can feel the love from them. When you get tingles all over your body and you hear your favorite song, that's an example of your soul's responding to the love that you have inside of you. And that's who you are and the truth. When you hear the truth, sometimes you'll get chills if you're empathic over here. So those are different ways that your soul communicates with you in a human self. So tears of joy come from your soul as well. When you feel that feeling of joy and gratitude just so deep that you cry, that's an expression of the goodness of your soul, the gratitude that your soul has just for having this experience, just to be able to be here on earth in this beautiful place with all these amazing people. So please give yourself more moments to focus on your soul and quietly listen. God is inside of you because he's connected to your soul. The part of you that always stays with God, never leaves God. You are not separate. You are one. You are connected. So keep that as a part of your daily practice. It's really important, I think, more now than ever. We're being asked to handle a lot right now. There's a lot of chaos going on our planet, and it's hard not to notice it. It's hard to ignore it. It's really pushing us harder and higher, deeper in, so we can figure out what we're made of and what our capabilities are. So it's like we feel like time is becoming more valuable as well, because here it's very limited. So you might feel like, I'm running out of time. I'm running out of time. A lot of people are feeling that right now. Time's going by differently than it was 5 years ago. Anybody agree with that? Time's going by faster or different? It is for myself, and for a lot of people that I talk to are just like, wow, a week went by. It felt like a day, or the days are long, but the days are long, but the weeks are short, so it really is because we are moving out of that. As our frequency is rising, we're moving away from time. Time really only has value because it's limited. So you are on a journey and you have plenty of time. So you're always right where you're meant to be in every moment. So take your time. Take your time. And you feel rushed to learn and say and do everything really quickly. Get it done now. Get it done yesterday. It's okay not to be in a hurry. It's okay to take your own time and sit with yourself. You really can't rush your process of healing. You can't skip steps on your journey, and everybody's right where you're meant to be. You're right where you are meant to be, and you are progressing forward in an eternal timeline. So take your time and take time listening to your inner voice. Take quiet time so your soul can speak to you. It comes through the filters of your experiences, your soul. When you hear your higher voice, it's the voice in your head that loves you unconditionally, that tells you can do it. Even when you're like defeated and you have no more hope, you sit and there's something inside of you that tells you don't give up. You got this. That's your higher self. That's your soul. That's part of you that always believes in you. It's always there. But the more you clear out like your emotional ties to your past experiences, to your memories, the more you live in the present moment, the more clear you're going to hear this voice. The more clear you can hear it. Because you're living in the past and the present at the same time. We all are. You're living as an expression or a reaction of all of your past experiences. You're responding from the past. They've already happened. So responding to the current moment from your past self, it keeps you stuck. So when you start changing your responses, deliberately changing your responses to specific situations. So if you're having the same type of experience again and again, and it's just tiring, think about how you handled it the last time and do something different. That's how you're going to break the pattern. Change your response. Come to peace with your memories. They're not going to be forgotten. Nothing's going to be forgotten. It's all stored in the Akashic record, but you don't have to keep thinking about the bad things that have happened to you. They're not going to be forgotten. Your journey will always be remembered by your soul. It's being recorded in the Akashic records. You get to review it at the end. I call it the big screen. So when you pass through the light, you go into a healing temple and there's angels there to help you. And depending on how traumatic your lifetime was, you get special healing for the angels, and you can take as long as you need for healing. There's no rush in that time space. But then you get to go and review your life on this giant screen. You get to kind of look back and see all the most important moments, the moments where you thrived, the moments where you struggled, the moments where you grew, and you get to really experience and receive those blessings of those experiences after your life. So do it now. Don't wait until you're looking at the big screen after it's over. You're still in the game. We're in the game. We're here. We can review our life now, looking back over our experiences and our memories and seeing that everything that's happened to us to this point has made us who we are today. And we needed all of those experiences. We needed them for whatever reason. We did. So, you've survived the past and you're stronger for it now. Bring that strength into this current moment. Your resilience is here because of you're resilient because of your past. So, I ask you to look to the future without expecting the past. Look to the future without expecting the past. Imagine yourself doing something new, something you've always dreamed of but have never done before. Hold that image in your mind in place of the past. You're thinking about the past or something that already happened. Create a new image of yourself in the future. Allow these ideas to flow into your consciousness so that you can create with what you have. That's my speech for today. Does anyone want to add anything, or anyone want to share with their own understandings of the soul? And maybe some of your own experiences. I'm feeling like I'm hearing the question, how do you get there? How do you get to that point? I think we have some time. We have 15 minutes left. Okay. So why don't we go there? Why don't we go back to where our soul came from? The way that I get there is I travel upwards to the top of my head because there's a ball of light. Everybody has a ball of light above their head. Every person does. And it's an extension of your soul energy. And they call it the soul star chakra, but it's also source. It has creation energy. So I go into that white light and that's where I heal myself. So why don't we just take a few breaths? We're already very relaxed from this morning's work that we've done. So you want to I'm going to place you guys all in a bubble of light, actually, because I can help carry your energy with me. So I'm going to place you all together in a giant bubble of light. So I'm going to call our angel teams in, call my angel team to help to kind of push you guys up into that source, into source, so it can flow through you as you flow into it. So go ahead and float upwards. Take an inhale through your nose as you do that. Go up. And exhale the light back down to your body. So imagine a bright white light above your head. You're going to flow up into it. Your feet are still on the ground. You're still in your body, but you're just taking your awareness, your mind into your soul. As you do that, just breathing this light back down. Inhale up again. I'm pulling, gathering all your higher selves together, connecting them into you. So you might feel tingles on the top of your head. That's a good thing. And I want you to breathe into your heart. Inhale up to the top of your head. Exhale back down into your heart. Do it again. We're reaching for that light, reaching for it, calling it to you. Actually, you want to asking your higher selves to show you an image of your connection, because there's strands of DNA that go from your crown up into your soul, and they look like little threads. So there's usually 3 bundles of 8 for each person, but some people have different numbers. There's no really right or wrong. So I want you to visualize that connection that you have, your DNA connection. I want you to imagine that. I'm asking your higher selves to give you that image of what yours looks like, so you can see it and you can travel up through those lines. I'm going to do some repair work too for y'all. Repairing those strands, they're beautiful. See yourself as being connected, perfectly connected. Let your thoughts flow away. Creating a space in your mind where it's quiet, a sacred space. Your thoughts may not enter. Where you go? Good. Good. Bring your soul to earth. Bring your soul to your body, to the earth. Invite your soul to join you. Fill your body with unconditional love. You float upwards above your body. You can look down at your body. You can fly. Anybody noticing they have wings? Fly. You're free. You can float. You can fly with your soul. Fly into the white light or through the stars. Good. Now I want you to breathe your soul energy all the way down to your feet. You want to keep it with you. So you want to keep this frequency with you. And also, we're going to turn up the volume, is what I'm hearing from God. God's up there. He's going to turn up your volume for you, for your soul's essence to be able to come down more in a more noticeable way throughout your life. And you can feel it in your hands. Some of you may feel your hands tingling right now. That's good. You can send this light out through your hands. You feel it in your heart, in your feet. I'm going to go down and just ground in your feet. Just create an anchor for you. We have a lot of angels in this group. Seeing a lot of angels flying around. They're you. They're you and you and you. Fill your heart. Breathe down to your root. Beautiful. Your energy is spinning around you. Your souls are just spinning around you, flying around. Is anybody flying? Very good. All right, your souls are connected. So I'm asking your soul, setting the intention for them to let you know that they're there so you can notice it in your daily life. It's really important now, like we are talking about earlier, time's going by really fast and we're forgetting to do things that we normally would do. Because of that, I think we're in more of a routine. So it's really important now than ever to have a beautiful spiritual practice, a daily practice, to remind yourself that you have a beautiful soul, that you are love. So whether it's, each day in the morning, I like to do it in the morning. I set my intentions for the day of how I want to experience my day, who I want to be today. I try to be unconditional love. I'm not perfect, so it doesn't always happen, but I have that intention. So whatever intention is for you, like today I want to work on my patience, or whatever it is that you're working on, keep working on it, because you'll notice that as you bring attention. Yeah, AV's journal is really helpful to keep try and write notes. Taking notes is really, really powerful because you're actually documenting what your plans are. You're writing it down and making it real. So it's just a daily ritual of calling in God and angels and your guides every day to help you. Sometimes we forget, even I forget sometimes, like, why is my day going weird? Oh, I forgot to call God in today. Oops. Darn, it makes a difference. When you're inviting your soul and your guides into your daily life, it helps you. And, making requests from the universe. It's okay to ask God for help every single day. You're worthy of those blessings. He will help you. It will bless you. It's great to set intentions every day or create new affirmations for yourself, and it help you change your beliefs little by little, and just saying thank you and feeling gratitude every morning just to be here. It just kind of brings you present each day. And you find yourself stuck in the past, just having a moment of self-introspection, taking time to set your energy for the day. It's really powerful. And over time, you will notice a difference that you just kind of, instead of having the habit of thinking about whatever it was you used to think about, maybe wasn't as healthy thoughts for you, you can start creating brand new healthy thoughts every single day. And it'll help you. It'll help you to create new habits, new patterns. And you can go into a healing pattern where you have, you feel comforted because you have God and you have angels and your spirit guides and you believe that you have them with you. It really does help your life become easier, less hard. So that's what I got. That's our guidance from the angels. Create a daily practice. It can be 30 seconds, it can be an hour, whatever time you have. Really just taking time for yourself and just sitting with your soul and just honoring yourself as a being of love that may be struggling through a human experience, but you are a being of love. You came from love. You're going to return from love. Everything else is temporary. This life is temporary, but you're eternal. Every situation, there is a resolution. Every problem you're having, there is an answer. There is a resolution. Everything has a resolution. So when you start seeing your day, your life like that, when you have a problem, think to yourself, there is going to be a resolution to this. Everything has a resolution. So instead of becoming stressed, just breathe in the fact that it will come to a conclusion and you're going to be okay, that you're going to survive it, because that's the highest truth.